Well, hello and welcome, guys. It is Fox coming to you from the spawn today, which is a little bit of a change. We've spent quite some time over in our industrial area, which has been great fun. The reason why we're starting today over at spawn, and it's possibly going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, is to actually do a bit of work in the gaming district. Now, you might have heard me briefly mention a few times, we still haven't had a chance to play Phil's game. It's been a bit hard to keep a bit of time. Everyone's a little bit busy at the moment. Obviously, coronavirus has been quite crazy everywhere still. So that is still a big factor as to people's time, people's work, as you probably know yourself. First thing we're going to do today is come over. We need to figure out why these keep changing from their invisible state. We're going to check on our profits, see how many extra diamonds we made. Last episode, I believe, made 66 diamonds. So we're going to see how many extra we've made. That's already a great start. Looks like we've already got a bit of work teed up for ourselves. Let's check all of them. Recently, people have only been buying the 1 diamond blocks, but we shall see. Oh, spruce. Fantastic. It looks like we are breaking the 50 diamond blocks today. Oh, wow. We've been quite busy by the looks of it. Okay, I'm not going to lie, there is a big smile on my face. We might have to go spend some of these diamonds. Oh, wow. That's mental. Okay, well, just to quickly add that up, that is an extra. So this store has made us 158 diamonds in the past week. So that's pretty mental. I think that's the most diamonds we've made in the whole season. Wow. Okay. Currently 54. Let's craft up as many as we can. There you go. Perfect. Exact stack. Wow. Okay, that's an achievement in itself. I don't think I've ever actually done that on Minecraft, so that's pretty radical. I'll be honest, we haven't actually mined that much. We've been staying on the surface doing other kind of stuff, which is fine, you know, for those people watching and say to themselves, yeah, I'm not a big miner. You know, I mean, half of Minecraft is mining, but the other half is crafting and building, so feel free to follow your heart's passions realistically. Now, I am going to head over to the gaming district in a second. As you can see, the sun is setting, so we're going to quickly wait just to get a quick little nap in, rest those eyes, get a bit of beauty sleep, just so that we can stay this handsome. You know, it's really a big element of us on the server. We need to stay nice and crispy. Yeah, I've run out of words to kind of describe being awake. Caffeinated almost. Yeah, no, we could get some cocoa beans, but it's not really coffee. Now, coming over to the gaming district, this is Phil's game quickly just to show you. It's basically a race of these snowmen to make sure that they can see which one fills up their square first with the snow. As the mechanic that they bring in, when they move across a block, it does leave snow on it. And this is our new game, which we're going to be introducing very shortly. I'm going to cut to a little bit of a time lapse first, just because we initially miscounted the redstone, which caused, it didn't really make it the same game, so we've had to go back and redo that. In the meanwhile, I just want to say, coming back from last episode where we were talking about, Skimble Scambles base looking like the Windows XP hill, the classic wallpaper that everybody knows. We did a bit of terraforming in there. We thought this was going to be a lot bigger of a game. Turns out it wasn't. But we've built a lovely little hill here, which, I mean, it's a lot cleaner than what it was, and it kind of looks like the Windows XP thing, just to kind of show Skimble Scamble how it's done, if you know what I mean. And obviously you guys have seen Honeycomb on other people's episodes. If you haven't, go check out Watt's channel. Watt's done a little bit on it, so have the other guys. and it's possible that we might be getting a season 2 and he gets some time to get around to this, so that will be fantastic. Now in the meanwhile, I'm going to cut off to that time lapse, then I will meet you again to explain the game and how it works. I will also include in the description a link where you can go play it online on the web against the computer, or against yourself or against your friends, however you may please to play it. And all of those on the server. If I don't get around to playing the game this episode, I do hope that one of you guys will come and challenge me to play, possibly in the next few episodes, and put some diamonds down there. I mean, I've got 64 diamond blocks, so I definitely have some funds to play with, so let me know. Anyways guys, please enjoy the time lapse. Then I'm going to explain a little bit of the redstone for you, and yeah, feel free to leave any questions in the comments in regards to how it all works. Cheers guys. Alrighty guys, how you doing? It's Fox again, coming live in the gaming district, actually at our new game that we've set up over the past few days. It is called the Royal Game of This is supposedly, I don't know if I'm actually pronouncing that right, but basically this game is one of the oldest games known to man. At the same time, it is unknown, so it's well before chess and everything like that. People used to bet on it. I bet it was before Jesus was around, so quite a long time ago. Basically, the way that this game works is it's a race. Very, very simple, dice involved, but at the same time it's set up with rules that are guessed by historians. So there's a few different sets of rules. We can probably include some different types of games later, but at the moment we've just gone with the general game. So just to quickly read through these, the red pressure plate rolls our die, and the green pressure plate resets it for the next roll. So if you land on a red spot, you can actually roll again, which means you just get it 2 turns in one. You can get 3 as well, so it's a good way to kind of chain there. And if the piece that you've moved, if you leave it on the red square, it is actually safe. Now, seeing as you're only sharing the middle row, it's only really applicable for this square here, which means that when you're on here, nobody can take you, and it's kind of like an advantage position, which is, it's kind of a bit of technique involved here. As we kind of get a few people on to play with us, we'll kind of see that. Now, in the middle strip, yep, you can land on another piece to send it straight back to the start, get them trying again. This is a layout. I'm just going to show it on the video to make it a lot easier to understand. As well, I'll probably, right now, you will see on screen a little layout of how the game actually orients, just to give you a brief idea. Now coming back here, each player has several pieces, literally 7. Now the first one to take all their pieces to the finish line wins. Now here's the thing, if you're on the last square, you need to roll a 1 to finish. If you're on the second last square, sorry, you need to roll a 2 to finish on that turn. So the way that it works is to exit the board, you do need to roll an exact number. Now these are the 7 pieces here on each side. As you can imagine, each person has their side, and the way that it works is you start here and you go around all the way to the end and back in here and then out. And when the pieces are out, you can just keep them in your inventory. This is just to show what you have left. Now coming to the die, this game is played with almost pyramids. They have 4 sides, so they're 3. I don't even know how to describe the shape. There is a name for it. The shapes of maths wasn't my strong point. Anyways, moving on. Being that it has 4 corners, 2 sides have dots on them. So you either get a yes or a no, and there's 4 dice there. So it means you can get up to 4 moves, but you can also get 0 moves. Now we're already coming from the video where I showed initially I thought there were 3 die. That was my mistake. So I had to redo all the wiring to fix that up, but now all that's done. So here we have the red pressure plate. This one always resets. So after your, this is roll. So when you're ready to roll, see we got a 2 up here, which means that we can move twice. And then we just need to come onto here and just reset that, and then it will clear the screen. We can jump on it again. Now that's going to set us, we got a 2 again. Nice one. Now this is actually completely random. We worked on this in a little bit of free time just to figure out what we could do. See, there we go, 0 moves. So that's not what you want. Right, reset that one. Let's roll again. 1 move, okay? So it is completely random. Even if you get a 0, you do need to still clear it. I'm about to show you why. We'll go into the details of what's actually going on inside here. So each one of these is operating like a die for us. So they have 4 options in them. We're going to quickly go and have a look. So in here we have non-stackable items, the 2 iron shovels, and then we have stackable iron ingots. Now the idea behind this is that it has 4 possible chances. Now not a lot of people know, but droppers actually drop randomly. They don't pick the first row to go after every time, which means that each time we are going to get a completely random result. Now what happens here is we have a locked hopper here to make sure that the item stays in here. So what we actually see is when a iron shovel comes in and goes into here, it actually powers up to this repeater and sends a signal up to the top and lights it up. Now let's say we actually get a stackable item in there, for example the ingot. What we're going to see is that the signal doesn't travel far enough. So this is how we get a positive and a negative result on a random basis. So this was all my design. It was pretty fun to make actually, fairly simple. The main thing to keep in mind with the whole thing depends on is locking these hoppers here. So what we have for that is we just have set up, I don't actually know the redstone terms. We got a torch here that powers it, and when we send a signal from this line is over here, so the external one, it will turn this redstone torch off, and that will unlock the hoppers and clear it. Now obviously when we step on the middle pressure plates, that will power down here to the bottom and actually send a random item up, and that will be the roll of the die. So this is our game. I'm hoping we can play a few games with some of the other guys on the server. One thing I'm unsure of is we did put soul sand under here think sometimes it's a little bit too much. I need to figure out this FOV thing. If we can remove the FOV, I think, you know, the soul sand's perfect to kind of make it faster to get around. But we still need to figure that out. And one thing we also might do is include buttons instead. I sometimes find these pressure plates are a little bit annoying, but in the meanwhile they'll do, and hopefully we can get a game or two going. Anyways guys, that's it for the explanation of this game. I hope the redstone wasn't too confusing or I didn't rush it too much. If you'd like any specifics on it again, feel free to let me know. But yeah, it's fairly simple. In terms of the redstone behind it, you don't need to follow my design exactly, as long as you understand the principle of locking the hoppers, and the difference between the stackable and non-stackables with comparators. You're going to be, you know, flying colours, so you'll be sweet. Now guys, we're going to cut over to the Timberman Fox, who's going to help us restock our shop at spawn. I shall catch you shortly. Well guys, it's Fox back here. We are dressed up to do some chopping of wood. As we know, we've got our automatic farm for oak in here. We also get jungle and I believe birch as well. We are limited to those. We were supposed to be able to grow spruce in here, but it doesn't work. And also acacia is one that we haven't been able to mass produce as of this point yet. Get that cheap labor to make some good product. We did manage to get this nether tree farm going, which is fantastic. So that's the 2 nether trees ticked off. So at the moment, the 3 trees that we need to get automatic, the first being spruce, and the second being acacia, and the third is actually dark oak, which we've reserved this space, but we haven't touched it yet. But you might see in the distance over here, we have a brand new building. Credit goes to Il Mango for this one. Now, it does need a bit of decoration. It's pretty naked at this point. So that's something we're going to work on next episode. This episode we are running out of time, so we are going to mass produce some of this wood, take it to spawn, and stock up. As you can see, we don't even have a storage system as of yet. So this is just going to be very to the bone. As you can see though, it's really good design. Same TNT duper as the other one. What we have different is the way that the wood's actually put out. I'm finding a little bit of wastage with wood being caught, for example, on that one right there. Something that we will try and address at a later time if we can get the TNT exploding just a little bit later. But yeah, as you can see here, it's a few hoppers. Not so many hoppers as Skimbles. Yeah, basically Skimble crashed the server again, so we've been waiting for 2 days to test this farm out. Finally we've been able to get some time to rock on and complete that, so that's fantastic. So guys, I'm going to cut to it. Let's have a show and a test. We know the spruce works. There we go. Now how easy is that? That's just phenomenal. So that's easy as to get that spruce. What we haven't actually tested is the acacia. I have no idea how we actually pronounce this. So we're going to whack that in. Ooh, it's going. I think at this point it's safe to say that we have officially turned our axe into a decoration. I think what we can do is just, yep, that's all that we needed to do. I think we're going to jump down here, and yeah, as you can see, we've got some blocks down here. So at the moment it's just a spruce. If we have a look, we've got some acacia coming out. Rock and roll. And as well, we're just going to let the axe despawn. We don't need that. So I'm going to cut back to you guys in the shopping district, and we are going to stock up those shops. See you shortly, guys. Alrighty guys, we are tuning back in at spawn to come restock our wood shop down at the apple tree of sorts. So we're just going to quickly come through. We didn't actually check if anything more was bought. The acacia's good. I think dark oak might need 1. That's all good, we already stocked that up. Alright, let's quickly get some of this spruce in there and then come back for the birch. I think we almost sold out of birch. No more sales there. There we go, alright. Wood sales have been really good lately. That's pretty awesome. We should put the price up, but I feel like people won't buy it then. Alrighty. That is birch done. Alright guys, I'm going to stock this one up in my own time. That's another 27 diamonds for our collection, which is pretty awesome. But in the meanwhile, guys, thanks for tuning into the episode. Really appreciate your support. I look forward to many more. Next week we're going to be doing a bit of work on the base, trying to make it all pretty, especially working on the new log machine maker, whatever you want to call it, Chainsaw Matica 5000. But yeah, we got that in plan. Maybe do some other stuff, do a little bit of work on the Coliseum. But in the meanwhile guys, thanks for tuning in. This has been Fox, and I'll see you soon.